Good morning, students. My name is Praveen Kumar, working as PGT English at JNV1 Malkangiri, Odisha. Today, we are going to learn a beautiful lesson, inspiration lesson called Long Walk to Freedom, written by Nelson Mandela. This lesson is from First Flight textbook in English for class 10. In this video, I'm going to discuss four things. Number one, introduction part, that is background of the story, means the basis for writing the story. Okay. Second, I'll discuss about the author Nelson Mandela. Then after, I'll explain in detail paragraph wise. Then after fourth, I'll briefly summarize the story. With that, we are going to conclude the lesson. Okay. First, I would like to suggest you is better to watch this video in a computer or a laptop. Why? Because you may not miss the terms used by author, a beautiful terms which are having so much of value, and beautiful sentences, dialogues used by author in written form, so that you cannot miss. You can clearly view those lines. Okay, hope you have understood. Let's get back to our lesson. Begin with introduction part. What is the introduction need to be known for this story? The long walk to freedom. This chapter is an extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, who was born on 18th July 1918, that is beginning of 20th century, the first black president of South Africa. Excerpts means the this part of the lesson is from Long Walk to Freedom, include description of the inauguration ceremony, citations from his speech, his journey to being a freedom fighter, the struggle, along with a tribute to other freedom fighters and countless other people who fought for their freedom. In South Africa, a brutal practice named apartheid was followed by rulers. Apartheid refers to the discrimination between people on the basis of their race. It was one of the most brutal societies where dark skinned people were deprived of their basic rights. This lesson gives us an overview as to how Nelson Mandela, along with the others, carved their way to a society where there will be no discrimination on the basis of their color, caste, race, age, or gender. On this basis only, the lesson, the long walk to freedom, has been written by Nelson Mandela. Let's discuss about our author Nelson Mandela. In this slide, I would like to discuss about author Nelson Mandela. His full name is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Was born on 18th July 1918. He was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary political leader and philanthropist who served as a president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. After that, at the end of his life, he died on 5th December 2013. That was his about author. Let's get into the explanation part. What explanation can be brought from this lesson? I'll discuss according to paragraph wise, because you may not miss the words used by the author. Okay, I'll read out the paragraph as it is. Then we'll find out the difficult words from the paragraph. Then I'll discuss clearly the explanation. Okay? 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. The ceremonial took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy, and now it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. It is in this paragraph the scene is inauguration function of uh, uh, new president oath taking. Okay, means appointment of new president of South Africa, that is by Nelson Mandela. Okay, in this paragraph, the difficult words I found, first one is dawned, means began of a day. Next word pleasantly, giving a sense of happy satisfaction or enjoyment, that is satisfying. Next word is besieged, to be surrounded by. Next word dignitaries, that means a person considered to be important because of high rank or office. Sandstone, that means sedimentary rock consisting of sand or quartz grains cemented together, typically red, yellow, or brown in color. These colors indicate that the flag colors of South Africa, democratic non-racial government flag colors. Okay. Next word is amphitheater. That means an open air theater. Means this function is going on in open air theater. Next word is supremacy. That means the state or condition of being superior to all others in authority, power, or status. These are the difficult words we found. Okay, let's get into explanation what Nelson Mandela want to tell from this paragraph. 10th May was the day when Nelson Mandela sworn in as the first black head of state, South Africa. It was after years struggle that his anti-racist party came into power. Until then, the seat had always been occupied by white presidents. That is why the author referred to the day as bright and clear. It was a morning full of hope. Days before this day, many notable personalities started congratulating him for his victory. For the first time in the country's history, so many international leaders came together for their inauguration ceremony. The ceremony took place in an open circular building made of sandstone consisting of Union buildings in the Pretoria city. Let's get into second paragraph. In second paragraph, on that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zenani. You can find that image, that picture on the top of the slide. Be accompanied by daughter Zenani. On the podium, Mr. De Klerk was the first sworn in as second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as first deputy president. In that ceremony, these people are also appointed. When it was My turn. I pledge to obey and uphold the Constitution and to devote myself to the well being of the Republic and its people. To the assembled guests and the watching world, I said, means he started his speech like this. Today, all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. We, who were outlaws not so long ago, have today been given the rare privilege to the host to the nations of the world on our own soil. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take position with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. This was the speech given by Nelson Mandela in that ceremony. Okay, let's find out. You can see the picture also, the ceremony podium. Okay, let's see the difficult words found in this paragraph and in his speech. First one, deputy. That means a second in command, means after president. Next, sworn. That means given under oath, determined to stay in the role specified. Next, pledged. That means committed by a solemn promise by a person or an organization. Next, we, comma, who were outlaws. The phrase who were outlaws. That means broken diplomatic relations. Means before their freedom, there were broken diplomatic relations. Means because of the white supremacy. Next word, assembled, gathered together in one place for a common purpose of a people, of people. Okay, next word is confer, that means grant. Next word, glory, that means honor. Next word, outlaws. Already we have discussed in we, comma, who were outlaws. Means they were broken diplomatic relations. Okay, next word, on our own soil, that means in their own country. Possession, ownership. Next word, dignity, the state or quality of being worthy of respect. Next, emancipation, freedom from restriction. Next word, liberate, that means release or becoming free. Next word, bondage, that means the state of being a slave. Before they were like slaves. Okay, next, deprivation, state of not having one's rightful benefits. Next word, discrimination, that means being treated differently or unfavorably. Next word, oppression, that means prolonged, cruel or unjust treatment or exercise of authority. Next word, glorious, that means having worthy of or bringing fame or admiration. Next word, reign, that is last word, reign, that means rule or govern. Okay, in this paragraph we got so many difficult words or phrases. Okay, let's get into what you want to tell from this paragraph and in his speech. Let us see. The author was accompanied by his daughter Janani on his big day. First, the two vice presidents took an oath. I have mentioned in the paragraph. Then, when his turn came, he committed to respect, protect, and abide by the Constitution and to devote his entire self into the welfare of the country. He was taking oath on taking the Constitution. What he was telling in his speech, let us see. The author also mentions some parts of his speech where he said that everyone by his presence was giving rise to hope for a new beginning. Previous rulers were discriminatory and lasted for long, but the ones who are given the opportunity to rule now, they are ANC, African National Congress, would stand up against discrimination. He is glad to host a ceremony with the presence of global leaders. That means he has invited so many guests from globe. It is an achievement in itself. There was a time when South Africa, for practicing apartheid, lost all its international political relationships. Now, when there is no segregation on the basis of race and gender, other nations are happy to have healthy democratic relationships. Finally, they have come to power and they pledged to make everyone proud. He thanked everyone, especially the international leaders, for joining them in celebrating their achievement, which is a step towards an equal society where every human will be treated fairly. At end, he mentioned that after great struggle, they have finally achieved political freedom. His government promised to free everyone of the still existing poverty, hardship, and inequalities of all kinds, along with assuring everyone of a country where no community will be considered inferior. He then exclaims that freedom should rule and may God shower his blessings on their land. In this way, Nelson Mandela was explaining the things from this paragraph. Let's get into next paragraph, that is third paragraph. I'll read out the third paragraph. How celebration has been taken place is explained in this paragraph. Okay, a few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South Africa jets. You can find the jets in picture. Helicopters and troops carrier roared in perfect formation over the Union buildings. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy, to a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. Only moments before, the highest generals of the South African Defence Force and Police, their chests bedecked with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of the new South African flag. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthems and the vision of whites singing Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika and black singing Die Stem, the old anthem of the Republic. Although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem they once despised, they would soon know the words by heart. In this paragraph, you want to explain how celebration has been taking place with the uh, movement of jet planes, helicopters. Okay, in this paragraph, we found some difficult words or phrases. Let us discuss those difficult words. Awe, that means amazed. Next word is spectacular way, that means an impressive display. That next word array, that means an impressive display. Next word troop, the group of soldiers, that is soldiers are armed forces. Precision, that means accuracy. Next bedecked, that means decorate. Next word chevron, that means a pattern in the shape of a V, means the jet planes are moving in the sky above the buildings, above the Union buildings like chevron. That means they are moving in a V shape. You can observe in the picture also. Next word trial, that means series or a chain. Next word not unmindful of, that means consciousness, means having some conscious aware of. He was remembering the old anthem of South Africa. Next word symbolize, that means be a symbol of. Next lyrics, that means the words of a song, means the anthem, the lyrics, the words of anthem. Next word despised, that means had a very low opinion of. Okay, in this paragraph author would like to explain like this: just after the newly elected president's address to the audience, an impressive arrangement of fighter jets, helicopter and soldier transporters raised everyone's head up in the sky. It symbolized perfection as well as a military's respect and obedience towards the free country. The high commanders who have won medals for their bravery also saluted and promised their loyalty. Mandela mentions that he was well aware that these commanders who were now saluting him would have arrested him under the previous rule as during the oppressive white supremacy. He was considered to be a criminal by them when white supremacy was there. Now they are saluting. The air show finally ended by making of the South African flag in the sky from smoke beneath the jets, means the chevron shape made by jets. That was the end of that show by jets. Next, the author remembers the day as the playing of two national anthems of the country. One was of the whites and the other was that of the blacks. On that day, no one knew the wordings of the anthem of the blacks, but Mandela was confident that everyone would soon learn this anthem that they once hated before. I mean, in white supremacy, people used to hate the anthem of black. Now he is confidently saying that now everybody would learn this anthem because now free Africa has been generated. This is the explanation given by author in this paragraph. Let's get into next paragraph. In this next paragraph, what he was saying, let us see. On the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth, he is remembering the olden days of his struggle. The white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned peoples of their own land. The structure they created formed the basis of one of the harshest, most inhumane societies the world has ever known. Now, in the last decade of this 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedoms of all people, regardless of the color of their skin. The day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifice of thousands of my people, people whose suffering and courage can never be counted are repaid. I felt that day as I have on so many other days that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. I was pained that I was not able to think them and that they were not able to see what their sacrifice had wrought. In this paragraph, the the revolution taken up by the people of Africa in olden days that has been explained. In this picture also you can find that their revolution taken up by older people. Okay, in this paragraph, the difficult words phrases we can find they are first word overwhelmed. That means have a strong emotional effect. Next word erected. That means build or construct. Next word racial domination. That means when people of one race have power over another race. Here, white people are having racial domination on black people. Next word inhumane. That means cruel or brutal. Next word overturned. That means reverse. Next word wrought. It's a formal word in olden days. That means done or achieved. Next word unimaginable. That means difficult or impossible to imagine. Next word patriot. That means a person who vigorously supports their country and is prepared to be defend to it against enemies. It means country country lover. Okay. In this paragraph, author would like to explain like this. On the day of the inaugural ceremony, the author was remembering the days of past when this whole system of apartheid emerged. In this picture, you can see apartheid system has been uh, followed by white supremacy that led to revolution by the black people. It resulted, the apartheid resulted in inequality and inferior treatment of dark skinned people. They were deprived of their basic fundamental rights. As a result, one of the world's most brutal and inhuman society was born. This began even before he was born. This system created an atmosphere of extreme cruelty and injustice for a particular part of the community. Now, when he is in his 8th decade as a man, means now he entered into 80 years of his age. He, along with countless others, have changed this entire system that treats humans as humans irrespective of their color, caste, gender, or age. This equal and free country was a result of sacrifice of countless other men and women who have fought all their lives for this day. The author wishes if he could thank them all, but unfortunately they didn't live to see the result of their courage. Nelson Mandela gathered his courage and power from all these people and thus wishes to make them proud of getting freedom. This is the explanation given by author in this paragraph. Let's get into next paragraph. In this paragraph, what he want to tell about oppression. See, these are the different people who supported during the revolution against apartheid system. They are, you can see in this picture. Okay, I'll read out this paragraph. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced that Oliver Tambos, means these are the people who supported the Walter Sisulas, the Chief Luthilis, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fishers, the Robert Sobukves of our time. men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity that their like may never be known again. Perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. My country is rich in minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, finer, truer than the purest diamonds. He is treating the worth of the country is their people rather than the worth present beneath the soil. Okay, in this paragraph, the difficult words or phrases found are: first one is apartheid. It's a different political word that means a policy or system of segregation on grounds of race. Race or some other grounds means dividing. Next word profound, very great or intense. Next word is unintended. That means not planned or meant. Okay, in this paragraph, Nelson Mandela would like to explain like this. In this paragraph, author would like to explain like this: the oppression policy scared means that scared many people, and it will take a long time for them to move on. Means the oppression, the apartheid policy made so many people get into fear, frightened. But to recover back, it will take so much of time. The author mentions that this hard time had its negative impacts, but it also exposed a lot of strong and courageous men who stood up and raised their voice. Thus, it required that level of unjust treatment to produce such great heroes. South Africa, he says, is rich in minerals and gems, but its greatest strength lies in its people. Means he says that the worth present under the soil is not that worth actually. The people of the country is more precious worth than the worth which is present beneath the soil. In this paragraph, he was explaining like this. Let's get into next paragraph. In next paragraph, the revolution, how it has been taking place, is explaining. It is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Even in the grimmest times in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to our limits, I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the gods, perhaps just for a second, but it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. In this, how he got courage to revolution to against white supremacy. He was explaining. He's saying that from hate only the love would generate. Okay, in this paragraph, the difficult words. See, you can find the different rebellion movements taken place in these different pictures in the slide. Okay, the difficult words let us discuss. First one, comrades. The colleagues are the fellow members of an organization. Next, resilience. The ability to deal with any kind of hardship or recover from its effects. Next word, defies. That means refuse to obey. Next word, triumph. Means a victory, achievement, a great victory or achievement. Next, Sunday clothes. That means the best dress that a person has. Dreadful. That means frightening. The apartheid made a dreadful condition to these people. Next, mixed up. That means confused. Next word, grimaced. Very serious or gloomy. Next, grimmer. The word grimmer means shine faintly with a wavering light. Next, push it to our limits. That means push it to the last point in our ability to bear pain. Next word is reassure. That means say or do something to remove the doubt. In this paragraph, the author would like to explain like this. Nelson Mandela gained his strength to stand against the wrong from all the great nationalists he mentioned above. He have ever risked their lives for freedom and tolerated ill treatment, but never stopped fighting. He learned that courage didn't mean the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome fear. The man who overcomes his fear is called brave. One is taught by its society to hate humans because of their skin, color, age, gender, and religion. No one is inborn with hatred. The author's idea is that if people can be taught hatred, they can also be taught love and brotherhood. In their most testing times in prison, when they were being treated brutally, Mandela would see a pinch of humanity and kindness in one of the guards, and that was enough to keep him going. The small amount of kindness or humanity shown by the guards made him to encourage to move in his life. Next, the Mandela, sorry, he believes that goodness in human beings can be suppressed but never eliminated. That that means he says that in human beings suppression cannot be eliminated. That was the explanation given by him in this paragraph. Okay, hope you understood this paragraph. Let's get into next paragraph. In his life, every man has two obligations. He was talking about obligations. Obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. And he has another obligation, an obligation to his people, his community, his country. In a civil and human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, as a brother, as a father, and as a husband. In this paragraph, the difficult words or phrases. First one is obligations. That means a duty or a commitment. Next word, civil. That means courteous and polite. Next word, inclination. That means natural tendencies of behavior. Next word, inevitably. That means unavoidably. Next word, twilight. That means half light or semi darkness. Next word, secrecy. That means the action of keeping something secret. Next word, rebellion. The action or process of resisting authority, convention, or control. See, you can see in this paragraph, he is saying about two obligations. That means twin obligations of every man in the society, in the world. The pictures which are shown in this slide will explain you that every person will be having two obligations. One is about his family, one is another is about society, the people of the society. Okay, in this paragraph, author would like to explain like this: Nelson Mandela gained his strength to stand against the wrong freedom all great nationals. According to the author, every human being has its responsibility towards the family and as well as the society. Generally, under normal circumstances, a person can maintain the balance between the two, but in countries like South Africa, it was never so easy. When a person of a color would come up for his society, he would be arrested and taken away from his family, thus keeping them from fulfilling both responsibilities. In the beginning, Mandela did not put his people over his family, but it was only later when he realized that in order to be there for his people, he was compromising his duties towards his own family. That was the explanation given by Nelson Mandela from this paragraph. Let's get into next paragraph. In this paragraph, he is remembering his childhood days. I'll read out the paragraph. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut. Free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village. Free to roast mealies under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I choose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. He is saying about his life from childhood to younghood. Okay, in this paragraph. In this paragraph, we can find difficult words phrases as follows. First one is stream, a small narrow river where he was swimming at his childhood. You can see these pictures also. They can explain that how he was joyful at his childhood days. Next word, difficult word is mealies. That means a maize plant from where he used to prepare his food. Next word is abided. That means obeyed. Next word, a boyhood, that means a state of or time of being a boy. Next word is illusion, that means a false idea or belief. Next word transitory, that means not permanent. Next word yearned, that means have an intense feeling or longing for something. Okay, from this paragraph, author would like to explain like this. The author did not have the plan to stand against the apartheid system early in the life. He lived in his childhood like a normal child in South Africa. He only had to follow the rules set up by his father or customs of his tribe. As soon as he grew up and began to learn the facts as to how people of color are treated, he decided to stand against it. He had this urge for freedom from inside, earlier just for himself, staying out at night, etc. And later for having a basic life, not just for himself, but for everyone. In Johannesburg, they had to struggle for having a peaceful marriage, family, and basic amenities which everyone has access to, where law and other order exists. That was the explanation given by Nelson Mandela from this paragraph. Let's get into next paragraph. In next paragraph, poet is saying like this. I'll read out the paragraph. How the revolution he has carried out, all those things have been explained in this paragraph. I'll read out the paragraph. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. That is when I joined the African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self respect that animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one, that drove a law abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family loving husband into a man without home, that forced a life loving man to live like a monk. That means he has been jailed. I am no more virtuous or self sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom, just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. In this paragraph, he is saying how he was feeling when the people are being deprived, oppressed. Okay, in this paragraph, the you can beside this paragraph you can see the pictures how the life has been spent during the revolution by Nelson Mandela. The difficult words in this paragraph are: first word, curtailed, that means reduced or impose a restriction on. Next word, dignity, that means the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Next word, frightened, that means afraid or anxious. Next word, monk, that means a member of a religious community of men typically living under vows of poverty, charity, and obedience. Here, monk means, now, actually it belongs to religious, but Here, Nelson Mandela is spending his life in jails, like alone. That is related as monk here. Next, vitreous. Vitreous. That means having or showing high moral standards. Next, next word is indivisible. That means unable to be divided or separated. Next word is prejudice. That means a strong dislike without any good reason. In this paragraph, author Nelson Mandela is explaining like this. Nelson Mandela joined the African National Congress for fighting against white supremacy. When he realized it is not only him whose basic rights were snatched away, but of all those who look like him. He had this fire inside him to free his people from the injustice. It was this fire that changed the author completely as a man, from being scared to brave, a lawyer to the one breaking the law, a family man to a man without a home, and a lively man into being a monk. It was the knowledge that he and his people have restricted freedom that made him into a selfless man as oppressed to before. According to him, freedom cannot be divided. Snatching it away from some was equivalently to taking it away from everyone, and that means taking it away from the author. In last paragraph, he says that he mentions that the need to free the oppressor is as high as that of the oppressed, because the oppressor is bounded by the shackles of hatred. He has the weight of all the people who he has tormented, for he carries the curses of all of their families for taking away someone else's freedom and making them a prisoner. He becomes a prisoner of biasness. Thus, he is robbed of his humanity and need to be freed. Just he is feeling the pain of his people as his own pain. He has been jailed for so many years as he was a prisoner of biasness. He was not making any kind of mistake. He was just thinking about his people. He has established a new party called ANC, African National Congress of South Africa. You can see the image also in the slide. This is the last paragraph of the lesson. Let's get into next part, that is brief summary. Let's get into a brief summary of the lesson. This chapter is an extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, who born on 18 July 1918, the first black president of South Africa. It begins with the description of their inaugural ceremony, which took place on 10th May 1994, where the entire nation, along with many international leaders, embraced the victory of a newly and fairly elected government. It involved speeches by President and the two deputy presidents, followed by an impressive air show of fighter jets and helicopters and soldier troops also. In this ceremony, he was explaining, long ago, in the first decade of the 20th century, white supremacy introduced the system of apartheid and made life a living hell for the dark skinned population. It gave rise to one of the most inhumane societies of the world. Many people have struggled and sacrificed for basic human rights. The author expressed his desire to thank all those freedom fighters who couldn't live to see this autumn day. he referred to the citizens as the greatest assets of the country. It is these people he gathered his courage from. Mandela believes that courageous is not the man who is fearless, but the man who has overcome fear. He also mentioned the two responsibilities every human has, and how in order to fulfill his obligations toward the society and his obligation toward his family was neglected. He became a man of people when he realized that the idea of freedom was an illusion for him and people like him. It was then he joined the African National Congress ANC and fought for his rights till he became the first black president of the nation. According to him, the oppressor is as much as a prisoner of as the oppressed. As soon as the farmer robs the oppressed of their freedom, he himself gets robbed of his humanity. Thus, the oppressor too is not free. That was the brief summary of the lesson. With this, we are going to end up this beautiful lesson called Long Walk to Freedom, written by Nelson Mandela. Hope everybody understood clearly. Until next video, keep learning, keep practicing. Bye bye.